as you get along with what you're doing today, that we can be plugged in in one way or another to the very important conversations about the spaces that we operate in the country, the region, and the world. Okay, as we get into our conversation for this hour, there are a number of things that we will discuss around issues going towards 2027. The question is the Kenya that we want. What does that look like? And how is that actually going to be played out? 4 years after handover as the Member of Parliament for Keses constituency, we want to hear what it looks like now. The Honourable Dr. Kiprop Mishra Arab Chelule joins us in the studio this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
We are fine.
Yes?
Doing well, yes.
Karibu sana. And thank you for joining us this morning as we get into this conversation. Very very necessary, place where you sat as a member of parliament and taking that and being able to extrapolate to what's happening around the country. So let's have that conversation today.
I was the former.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Former. Yeah. So before we do that, though, Dennis will welcome you to today's show with today's proverb. He'll tell you where that's from.
Today we are in Morocco, and a few things about Morocco. Marrakesh is known as the bustling city with historical artifacts about Moroccans, but Casablanca now is the major commercial center. Some of their meals, tagine, you should try couscous. Many have said couscous ikona issue, but couscous is synonymous with Morocco, and mint tea as well, which is called the Morocco's national drink. But the proverb that we get from them: when your vision is enormous, small setbacks become lessons rather than endings. How would you interpret it? What do you think Moroccans are saying? When your vision is enormous, small setbacks become lessons rather than endings.
Yes. Well, that is correct. Because when you are going for a big journey, you will have some sort of teething problems on the way, and that will give rise to you to not for the immediate future journey. On the same journey, even the more journey to come, you are more knowledgeable and wise. So I think that is maybe the interpretation. I may be wrong.
Nope, you can never be wrong about your interpretation because it's yours. You can never be wrong, right? Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so it's a title, and I think we can go from that, looking into the coming years in Kenya. The Kenya that Kenyans want, from your understanding, before we look at then what you were able to put forward or what you hope others will do, what do Kenyans want in this Kenya?
Well, when I came to Kenya in 1997, the first time in Africa, Kenya, Nairobi, and then Eldoret, same day. If I remember and compare 97 and today, Kenya is amazing. Kenya is a great country. Kenya is an achiever through Kenyans. We may not have a lot of gold and oil, but we have a lot of great brains. And the Kenyan brains are very, very, very unique in the whole world. I'm not comparing or discriminating anybody or comparing, but if you see our Kenya today, we have when you have a journey, you have to have expect some turbulence. But that doesn't mean that journey is not enjoyable. Yes, but what we are lacking, the positive mindset, the appreciating culture is lacking. And we are not talking what we have achieved. We are talking always negativity. And that negativity is making Kenya a bit more turbulent. I believe so, yes. Yeah.
So in terms of achievement that one would just point out, what would you say Kenya has achieved that perhaps we're not talking about the most?
Well, great. I will come to finance and economy later, but let me start with health, which is my profession.
Yes.
As a doctor, health Kenya today and Kenya 97 was two Kenyas in as far as health is concerned. I know when I used to go to India, where I born, and every aircraft to India from Jomo Kenyatta Airport, which is 40 to 50% of our patients. Even simple fracture, But today, Kenya is the hub and the destination of medical tourism and travels for frontier high-end medicine like navigated neurosurgery, spine surgery, invasive cardiology, open heart surgery, transplants, orthopedics, replacement reconstruction, even up to shoulder and ankle, apart from knee and hip. So all African countries, I know, to my best of knowledge, there are 17 African countries of sub-Saharan Africa are the destining for high-end medicine opportunity in Kenya. Even as you know, outside continent, patients are coming. And if we know ourselves, NHS of London, because UK, they are also interested to have a signatory with Kenya for health tourism, because there is a long waiting time for those countries. So, however, but we have to do a lot. I'll come to the SHA. SHA, we don't say NHIP was bad, but SHA was better. SHA is better. Why? Because SHA is it is a multi-faceted approach as a health management is concerned. SHA is coming to do better than NHI because it has 3 funds. NHIF has 1 fund and a general. And changes can move mountain. Changes, we have to compile with changes. Landline to cell phone. Non-AI to AI. Now we have to go to SHA, and we appreciate. Do you know why? It has 3 funds: primary health care, the social health care, and also high-end critical chronic disease health fund. So it is more organized, more professional, and more wide and covers.
Yeah, but Daktari, even as you talk about SHA, as it were, whilst many have said that SHA has come in to arrest some of the things that were missing in NHIF, the process within which SHA was introduced in the country equally has to be something that is open and Kenyans understand. And there is the question of NHIF SHA. We needed 700 million shillings to fix NHIF, but we spent over 104 billion shillings to have SHA, where even the contractors, the people who went through it is not clear to Kenyans. So when Kenyans talk about the process, the legalities of it, it's not that they're being negative. It's just that they're asking everything to be done according to the law.
Well, law is there to protect and to prevent the overuse or abuse or whatever. But now what I'm trying to say that we need to have more discussion and explanation and education, information and communication about SHA to the stakeholders, to the professionals, to the medics, paramedics, even entrepreneurs and health facility providers. So both public and private sector. Then I think it will be much better place SHA to be understood and to execute. Yes.
You think that the reason why folks complain about, if I have a 500,000 shilling bill, for example, and SHA only pays 87,000, that the solution to that is communication?
Yes, that will be corrected, and not corrected, that will be also managed well, because you see, what we are doing, SHA, this is not a problem. This is what we are saying, disparity of what we are paying and what the exact bill is coming. So this is the opening of a door for a new world in medical health management. Let me tell you, madam, I will tell you how SHA will be the path to achieve universal health coverage.
Okay.
So, hospital is not only the only component of health or world. Health is health education, health manufacturing, health pharmaceuticals, health insurance, and also health IT, that is digital health, or we can say telemedicine, or whatever you say, or AI, whatever. Now, this SHA disparity, we can see how to prevent it, not that to discard. If you have a problem in the finger, don't count the finger. Treat the finger, unless it is dangerous to the rest part of the body. Then you go for surgery. Am I correct? The same thing, Shah. Now, let me tell you, madam, here, I'll give an example so that you will understand. And Dennis, that if any bill, a hospital bill, outpatient or inpatient, 40% is the medicine, surgicals, disposables, or any other medical gadgets. If you see 40%. So now the time has for Kenya. Kenya has great brains. Kenya has great governance. Kenya has great modalities to manufacture our own medicine in our country with PPP. We don't want KEMSA for what? Always KEMSA can a supply agency and we buy from India, from other countries for what? And let me tell you, if we are spending 100 shilling in the budget for pharmaceutical, I'm just giving an example. We can manage in 20 shilling.
I hear you saying about what can happen or what should happen or what is going to happen. But the thing about health is that an illness is a current issue. Or somebody needing assistance is a current issue. And in most cases, you cannot wait for tomorrow. So these things that are going to happen, when will they happen? Who will make sure that they actually fall in place? It's been in place for 3 years, Shah, by the way. 3 years. And even a child who was born and they keep these teething problems that we keep saying, surely by 3 years, the teeth have grown out. You're a doctor, you know that. So why are we still looking at these issues till today?
Well, yes, I know, but what our leadership, our President Excellency is doing, he is organizing the real team, and very soon, we'll have a solution to that. And as we know, let me tell you, by 2040 or 35, 55% of non-communicable disease will be cardiac and cancer. You understand the world, global prediction. Now, cancer. Don't you think Kenya is not a better place? If you compare with other African countries, today I'll tell you, madam and Dennis, that don't you think that Kenya is not in a better place? Is well ahead than any African countries. Let me tell you, when I came to Africa, Kenya, the people used to go to South Africa for a test tube baby, in vitro fertilization, suppose. And it used to take how much? $20,000 to go to Cape Town. To go to somebody to Cape Town, and plus your logistics and all. To India, $15,000. But now, $3,000 to $5,000 we are doing ourselves here in Kenya with at par better result than India and South Africa. So, however, I will tell you that replacement reconstruction surgery, when we started 700,000, now it has come down to 250,000 ceiling. 700,000 to 250,000. So every journey is taking. But let me tell you, when there is a problem and there is a crisis, not to talk blame game. Let us sit down, and you and your profession and your department, your faculty, media, is doing a great job, because you are bilateral. You are in between the provider and the recipient. Am I correct? As far as health is concerned. So your voice is hard, and we are going to work about that. We are not here to do blaming, or we are not here to defend ourselves. No. So every day is a learning, and we will come there.
Yeah.
And by the way, this Shah will be the darling of the people very soon.
Dr. When you talk about services being offered by Shah or Shah working, the people who will tell you their experience, whether it's working or not, are the users, the consumers of this Shah. And it has been said, Kenyans are saying, the political class are not in a position to tell Kenyans whether Shah is working or not, because even themselves, they're not using Shah, because they have private insurance. So at the end of the day, many Kenyans who access Shah, who use Shah on a daily basis, are finding it difficult to get services, the universal health care that has been promised by the government, by the constitution. They're finding it difficult to get it. And when you look at SHA, there are issues to do with corruption that are not being addressed. There's equally the issue to do with the process within which we bought SHA. We contracted SHA to be part and parcel of us. And with everything then coming up, Mwananchi is saying, this thing is not working. There is a problem. The payment has a problem, but no one is seemingly not wanting to fix the problem. Because like Kundu has said, if I am sick today, I have a headache. If I go to hospital, I want relief immediately. SHA cannot go 5 years with the teething problems and Kenyans just working with hope that it will be better. It has to be better.
Yes, I do agree. We need a lot of statutories, regulations, and enforcement of the lot of prerequisites, not only for the treatment but also for the health facilities. Let me tell you, 2-bedroom house, we are opening hospitals. Number two, we are also, what is doing, why SHA is also getting constraints and problems and challenges, because those providers who used to enjoy, instead of 10 ceiling, they used to enjoy 200 ceiling, and they are overcharging. So you cannot overcharging and you can't say you have to pay. Now, let me tell you, Dennis here, that anything somebody want to, like money, any money is less. So if unnecessary tests, unnecessary medication, overstaying in the hospital, unrequired, unindicated procedures or surgeries, that is making SHA as a problem or challenge. It is not the concept, it is not the principle. So we have to do proper enforcement law through the professionals. You cannot tell that engineer to do the doctor medicine.
Mm-hmm. Are you saying that the bills, for example, that are presented, where people come out and say that I had a 400,000 shilling bill and 87,000 shillings were paid, are you saying that the deficit of that bill has come from trumped up charges, have come from misdiagnoses, or has come from an insistence on staying in hospital longer than needed?
Yes,
that's the reason why
I'll tell you.
Bills are high and they are not paid?
Madam, with due respect and humble submission, I'll tell you. I came from India. I was a medic in India. I was practicing doctor, young doctor that time. Mm-hmm. I know 87,000 shilling, we can do 2 procedures in India than here. I know. And even the people going from abroad to be treated in India, they charge a separate charge as a medical tourism. I'm telling you today. So let us sit down and not discuss on the holistic in the outside. Let us talk about the details. What is the medicine? We should do the pilot study. The money is...
I'm sorry. There was a pilot study for SHA even before this administration came in. When universal health coverage, which was one of the pillars of the previous administration, they talked about the Big Four agenda. And one of those was universal health care. There were 4 counties, Kisumu, Makueni, Nyeri,
yes,
and
correct.
Isiolo.
Yes.
These 4 counties carried out this project. What are some of the basic things that they told us that came out of Nyeri, for example? They said, well, it's difficult to do this if, number 1, we don't have proper water supply. Mm-hmm. Number 2, when they went to Kisumu, they said, well, if we don't have a blueprint of what disease looks like in the region, it's difficult for us to say this is where we are going to allocate resources. But guess what? It is not the people's job who are sick to sit down and have a conversation about what the health sector looks like. It is the practitioners who have been given the mandate by the people to do it. So when we sit here and we say, let's have a conversation about this, they have a job. And they're supposed to say, this is the best way that it's supposed to work. And then when it doesn't, to tell us that people are being negative? Come on, it's got to be better than that.
No, madam, people are innocent. People are innocent. They don't know what is happening. But also, to make sure, we need also health education, more human resources, medics, paramedics, and support staffs to be well trained. Because 75% top doctors and specialized and super specialists in the capital city and top 5 cities of Kenya. Look at Turkana, look at Isiolo, look at Kagundo, look at your Bere. Doctors are not available. So even if you put a CT scan and MRI, there is no neurosurgeon, no orthopedic. So it's a no use.
And
so,
meanwhile, Kenya is graduating doctors every year, and they're not hiring them.
Madam, I'm coming there. Madam, I'm coming there. Now, if there is no human brain or specialist is there will be misdiagnosis. There will be overdiagnosis. There will be underdiagnosis. So we need to have, it is there. People are, 200 doctors per year for 50 million is very less. So we need at least 1,500 doctors to graduate.
Yep.
So at par. And let me tell you, we have to do all the survey, and then we have to have a national audit of disease prevalence in the country. Information is power, communication is vehicle. So these three things will make it. SHA is a great vision, great maneuver to reach to people, to make the country healthy, and also preventive medicine, also very important. Prevention is better than cure, but public medicine. But we need to sit down and talk in a positive way.
Yeah, I think even as we
Let me ask a question, Dennis. When you get married, are you married?
Oh God! Okay.
I'm sorry. When you get married, you think the first 6 months is not turbulent?
It is.
Thank you very much.
Here, my question is, let's talk about SHA as it were. Because if you look at how SHA is working and the promise of universal health coverage, you have to look at the holistic view of what SHA is coming to handle. Where then, before even rolling out SHA, we ought to have taken the audit of how many doctors are we graduating, how many have graduated and have not been employed. We have to equally look at, if we were to offer universal health coverage, that Kangundo that you're talking about needs a specialist there, and that because we want to offer these services, it is upon policymakers, it is upon the government to ensure that SHA is not only just a software. SHA is not only a means, towards accessing healthcare, but that each and every single facet of medicine has to be in place. Unfortunately, we did not see that happen. The reason why today, if you look at SHA, or rather healthcare services in far-flung counties in the country, still is a problem whether SHA is there or not, because we never sat down to look at medication, healthcare with that bird eyes view, so that every Kenyan can access it and can benefit from it.
Dennis, you buy the car first or you buy the fuel first? You buy the car first or you recruit the driver first? You buy the car, then everything will follow.
But you'll buy the car, you don't have a driver, then the car is parked.
So now everything is happening. Okay, we have to talk about the time. Yes, we'll reach there. And this, let me tell you, that's the reason I said your department is very great. And you are the department which is connecting people and providers. Am I correct? So let us think positive. There are two addresses here, Dennis, madam. One is SHA, another is to making how SHA to be successful. Let us talk how to make successful SHA. Don't discard SHA. Thank you very much.
Don't discard it.
Don't discard it.
Okay, so what is the Kenya that you see as Member of Parliament for Keses, former Member of Parliament for Keses constituency? What is the Kenya that you imagine Kenyans want?
Let me tell you. I'll give you a small thing. Let us start with Boga Boga. Let us start with Mama Boga, Boda Boda, Mama, this thing, and micro, small, medium enterprises. Okay, let us start from there. That is the backbone, that is the foundation, that is the future of Kenya. I was told we have 7.5 million micro, small enterprises and medium. Am I correct? Out of that, only 1.5 is registered. They have 14 million employees. And they build 95% of the business of this country. Now, let us think good way. No country, African country, has this robust micro, small. We have already kitchen ready, but chicken has to come.
Okay.
Am I correct? How? let me tell you, we can start, and our government, the way it is going, the right direction with our leadership. You know why? Let us make social commerce. Social commerce is now, if you are a Boda Boda standing at one, there are so many Boda Boda centers, am I correct? How many users are in Kenya about social media? 18.5 million Kenyans are actively using social media. 23 plus million Kenyans have internet access. We have access, but we don't have capabilities. How? We have to have commerce, social commerce. If we teach them, we will be there.
Which capabilities are you talking
Uber.
about?
Let me tell you, Uber. Uber is not there. Anybody taught? But people came to know, and Uber, you just do this, and Uber is there on your doorstep. So why not Boda Boda? We said border or something like that. So Boda Boda also will have, instead of 10%, they'll have 50% business increment.
If what happens?
No, what happens? I am saying how government is getting us ready. We have internet connection. We have smartphones.
Okay.
We have piki. Now, let me tell you, I'm sorry to say, with due respect to my fellow Kenyans, that people make you marry, but they won't teach you how to produce a child. So now, how to use this thing combination and make use, it is us.
Okay.
We don't.
So how do things happen in a normal situation whereby you have the ingredients, right? Let's say we are making a cake, right?
Yes.
You have the ingredients, eggs, flour, sugar, milk, whatever. You have to put them together, right? But there are certain things that are needed in order for the cake to come out at the end of the day, isn't it? So are these the capabilities that you're talking about? They don't have people to put, because you've talked about the Wi-Fi, you've talked about the internet technology, all those things are there. But you need somebody to put them together, isn't it?
I'm coming there. Okay. I'm coming there. Who will do it?
Exactly. How is it supposed to work out?
See,
we see how it works in other places.
The good governance has given you the access to internet with fiber optic already, a highway of digital highway, digital economy, digital prevalence is happening. Government has given you a piki. Government has given you license. Government has given you statutaries. Government has doing infrastructure road. Government has given you the economy, good economy, to be people to be your client. But how to increase? There we come in the private sector and also public sector to some extent to make how to make those things together. And one of the example is today Spice. So this thing will open our eyes and we will do that. We call social commerce.
Yeah.
You understand? So
no, actually, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand what you mean when you say that the government has provided all of these things, and so it's for the people to just take it up. Is that what you're saying? To just the people of the country should just take advantage of all of these things that government has put in place and just go with it.
Yes, because look, there are how many millions are in Airtel and Safaricom. We have datas, and on that platform we do the social commerce, e-commerce. We can do our how to sell the products. You understand? So what is governance? Governance is giving you liberty, freedom, give it the priorities, give the assistance to all these things. Now it is we to think how to go about it. Suppose physically you are standing there to sell your product in that community or that street or whatever. Maybe 5,000 people or 500 people you are accessing a day. Not 5,000, 500. But with this social media and e-commerce and social commerce, through your smartphone, you will have 50,000 access. Yes.
Dr. Ri, a lot of Kenyans are already on these platforms that you talk about. There are many Kenyans who are on e-commerce and they're doing it very well. However, when it comes to taxation that we see in the country, the tax regime that has been pushed as well in these spaces, one says it is curtailing the faster growth and the pace at which e-commerce is growing in the country. So whilst, yes, there is digital highway that is there, but if it is expensive for me to access it, then it's going to take me a little bit longer.
Dennis, it's like...
It's going to take me a little bit longer for me to do that which there is. So as we talk about the economy, governance that needs to be there, it has to be an wholesome conversation where how then is the government making it easy for Kenyans who own these spaces to make back, for them to grow from SMEs to being big industries in the country, one would say?
There are three things I'll tell you, Dennis. Now, today is 2026.
Yes.
You used to buy a shirt or a trouser or a belt or a wallet in the market in 2012. You expect the same price to give in 2026? You want to expect that? No. Whether economy, we don't talk about economy, but you have to wear a shirt and trouser. Or people are stop wearing the shirt and trouser because of inflation or whatever.
But the counter argument as well, Dr. would be that through taxation regime, then one is able to look at the trajectory, because if in 2024 or 2025 I was able to buy 2 trousers, but in 2026 I'm unable to buy a trouser as frequently as I could, it is because it has become expensive because of additional taxes for me to do the same. It is the reason why today we are being told that Kenyans do not have money to spend. They do not have disposable income because of high taxation that we have today. Whereas if I am in these e-commerce, I had appointed a boda guy, another bike guy, but taxation is high, I'll have to drop one. So at the end of the day, taxation is working against Kenyans.
There we did the mistake. These words, expensive. It is not expensive. It is proportionate with the time. Let me tell you, if the product is not expensive, we are not progressing. We have to, everywhere, the price has to go high.
I'm sorry, are you saying that if you are measuring economic development by the high cost of a certain good, service, or product?
Madam, it is not high cost. It is cost.
Expensive, you say?
No, not even expensive.
So if something is expensive, that is a marker for economic progression?
Okay, let me go out of Kenya. You go to America, or you go to Djibouti, or you go to China. You think what was the cost 20 years back, and the same cost they are selling the land and everything is the same?
My question is simple. No, if something has a cost attached to it, is that a marker for economic development?
We are. I will tell you one thing. If everything is growing, we are doing very well.
But what if
and tax is not by the government. Tax is for the people. That tax is not going to be used or utilized by another country, by France or by Germany or by Ugandans. This tax is going for Kenyans. It is like investment. Tax is an investment, direct investment. So the mindset, we have to dialogue and discuss, explain, communicate, and understand and execute.
Should it be a concern, especially when you talk about taxation, when you look at manufacturing and industries in the country complaining about cost of doing business? You talk about industries needing power, and power is expensive. Cost of doing business goes high. As a result, end product would be transferred to the consumer. That is automatic. So at the end of the day, you look as well being in a country where taxes have grown exponentially, but salaries have not grown to that level as well. Why? Because employers are not adding salaries because it is expensive for them to run business in the country. So when you talk about economy and taxation regime in the country, each and every single aspect of it has to be discussed. So when a trouser is 700 today, it is 1,500 tomorrow, but my salary remains the same, additional taxes have been added, I am not doing good as a Kenyan. And that has to be a conversation that everybody has.
Dennis, as a businessman, I'll tell you with all respect, when I am running a business, my expenses has to be proportionately to my business. Am I correct? Otherwise, I can't manage. You are 100% right. But that when you feel hungry, you look for food. You cannot look for food without hunger. So that is a great thing. We have to as a business person, as a private sector or a public sector, whatever we are, we have to look how to expand our business, how to look for more money. So it is, I don't say, please, I used to do business in 10 years back, the same salary I will give you, and then I don't want to increase my business. Then I'm not a businessman. Am I correct? So what we wish to do, we have to manufacture, we have to expand the territory of business. We Kenyans should go outside of Kenya. We should take African market. We should do the global market, and we do business better.
How do you think that would work if governments, which according to most constitutions of most nations, governments are the ones who are tasked with the responsibility to forge these relationships, that Dennis cannot stand up today and say, me, a tea farmer from Kenya, to sell Kenyan tea. There has to be an agreement that is then worked on by these two governments. That's how it works usually. Now, the goodwill to have that done, for example, because I do agree, I think that some of the best business that you can do from country to country is on the back of agreements between governments. Those are some of the prerequisites to some of these things. But if you don't see such things happening, and I mean, there have been many. Take your pick. The Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA. For how many years have we been sitting on AGOA, and questions have been around what has actually happened because of AGOA? And mind you, that was not even an African solution. It came from outside. So when are we going to see political goodwill to have some of these things done? We can talk shop and it can be really pretty, but in terms of actually getting things done, implementation has been the bane of the existence of retrogression for many countries. Now, who do we see saying, and you seem to be wanting to take that role away from government and say that people should actually stand up and go where?
Madam Do. Am I correct? Pronouncing well?
We'll get there, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, madam.
It's okay.
Sorry. So, now, madam, if you know our president himself, Excellency William Ruto, has gone to how many countries? I'm coming there. 97 countries in 4 years.
Quite something, but okay.
Yes, 97 countries he has gone, I think by July. Okay? Do you know what he achieved?
Do tell.
Trade and industry, investment, and Ramos, lot of bilateral talks. Number 2, renewable energy. Number 3, he has brought lot of reform in international forums. G20.
Give me, for the 3 examples that you've given, tell us 2. Just 2, how we can see those playing out in Kenya.
How I can feel it as.
How Kenyans can feel it.
One.
Kenyans
are feeling.
How?
Kenyans are feeling.
How?
You don't listen to 1 or 2 leaders who want to have their own personal gain to power.
Mishra, I'm listening to you.
Yes, madam.
I'm asking you.
Yes, madam.
To give us one example of these 97 countries you say where they have been traveled to, and one thing that has been brought back that we can see is happening now.
Madam, let me tell you, my constituency case says, when I left and now in 5 years, how many youths have gone for abroad for diaspora jobs?
How many?
Many.
Oh, come on.
more than 500 plus. Only my constituency with 100,000 people.
As a result of the president going out to another country.
Yes, because there is a lot of goodwill. There is a lot of understanding between government to government, not only in Middle East, but also in Europe, in North of America, South America, even to certain parts of Turkey, Europe. There a lot of children have gone, and they are doing very well. So let us go to the real documentation and the statistics. We'll get a lot of good things. Madam, let me tell you, how many Kenyans are going directly to China, to India, to other parts of the world to do direct negotiation of business, acquiring products to import directly, no middlemen.
Yeah.
Am I correct? So there is good things are happening. Let us talk and encourage our Kenyans in a good way. So more and more Kenyans will be motivated and they will be encouraged to do so. Thank you.
Whilst that is important, that we see many Kenyans are leaving the country, there is the foreign currencies that didn't get to the country because remittances do get here. But should we concerned that the greatest resources that the country has is leaving this country and is going out there to improve other democracies and other economies? Because why do I say that? If you look at a country like China that everyone is talking about. Even when you look at India, it is the Indians themselves that came together and built the country from the ground up. So when you look at the greatest resource that we have as a country that are jobless, unemployed in the country, the reason why they are leaving, should that be the clarion call that perhaps we need to make these Kenyans work for us here, because we have policies, we have talked about manufacturing, industrialization, value addition on the products that we have, so that these Kenyans grow Kenya in Kenya.
Dennis, I'm coming there. Dennis, there is 70 plus million Indians are outside India. Mm-hmm. Do you know it is an ongoing cycle? The Indians are going out, they're bringing money from out to India, and then they come back to India and they invest in India themselves. Then another set goes. That doesn't mean that the Indian brain is going out. It is brain drain and brain gain, both. Let me tell you, same thing is happening with Kenya. You want to tell me that we have to invest and we have to open the opportunity for the employment. Yes, it is one of the modality. Let us encourage that. And the same Kenyans, after 5 years, doing a great job, bring some money to the family and some savings, and that saving can open a new entrepreneurship and new business. Mm-hmm. So that is one of the aspects I'm talking about. Now, let me tell you, explain you another thing about this foreign visit. I had also done opened lot of bilateral relation with many countries, and this also, let me tell you, tourism is a sector. How, because of a president went there, the country to country, people know, it's a news, the president of Kenya is here, and then people read about Kenya. Now Masai Mara is flooded. Let me tell you, foreign reserve.
I'm sorry, Mishra.
22. Let me finish. Madam, finish.
People knew about Masai Mara, for example. People knew about the white beaches of Diani. People knew about Kenya before the president went to their countries to say.
Yes, I know. They knew. But now more people are knowing.
Can we make a connection between increased tourism in the country and direct it to, because President William Ruto went to that person's country? I think we need to be a little bit more concrete than that, to say that because of a trip where the president went to the country, we can now see rising numbers in the tourism sector because of that visit.
Yes, one of the components. Let me tell you one thing. Before President William Ruto took over, the foreign reserve is how much? $7 billion worth foreign reserve of Republic of Kenya. Mm-hmm. Today, in only 4 years, it has doubled, 15+ billion dollars. Let us talk facts and figures. Mm-hmm. How we are GDP, real GDP I'm talking. Though I don't agree with the GDP is a good parameter. Now with the AI thing, we should go for another parameter for how to judge the economy of a country. Now, the total value is 17.3 trillion ceiling. That is $150 billion, the GDP total amount for Kenya. How much is, can you compare? So we have grown massive, enormous. But let me tell you, I said you turbulence. Mm-hmm. Which airline has no turbulence? Singapore Airlines has no turbulence. Emirates has no turbulence. Even Ethiopian has, Kenyan, everybody has turbulence. But that is natural. So when you are journey, we are taking off and doing very well. Let us not talk negative. Just because of don't politicize everything in our country, and don't politicize governance, good governance, and we don't politicize through lies that we are nowhere. We are doing very well. By the way, if you go and talk, how many African countries? We have 54 countries. Our President Ruto's name, I think many countries out of 100, 200 countries, if they ask, they will take 2 or 3 African presidents' name, and one is President Ruto. So great things are happening. Great things are happening. Let us do positive. Yeah. I'll tell you another thing about roads, connectivity, about the SGR. If we do those things how we are doing, people politicize it. Why SGR? Why wasting money? Then we go by tuk-tuk and...
Actually, it's a good thing you've gone actually to SGR. You and I happen to come from Eldoret together.
Yes.
And let's talk about facts that do exist. In 1997, when you came to Kenya and came to Eldoret, we had Kenit, we had Raymond's, we had Rivertex, we had KCC, industries that were working to employ the people of Eldoret in those industries to be able to grow that city. As we speak today, Raymond is out, Kenit is out, Rivertex is not working. You talk about KCC is on its knees. So when you talk about SGR, as it were, one would say then, if that SGR was being used to ferry products that Kenit is providing, or Raymond is providing, or Rivertex is providing outside Eldoret to outside Kenya to the rest of the world, then it would make sense. Because remember, initially, when we were talking about SGR coming to Kenya, it was not to ferry passengers. It was used to ferry goods inside and outside the country. So let's talk about what it is we are ferrying using SGR or the new roads or even Kenya Airways outside the country that is making sense to economy as it were today.
First of all, Kenit is doing very well. Kenit is there. And Raymond's is there, but in another name. It's called Rupa Mills. Okay? So Raymond is not gone, but Raymond sold to Rupa. Rupa is doing it. So they are doing all well. Now KCC is coming because also, look at this, there is other competitors are also there. So now we don't say somebody is talking 200 ceiling because he was alone and then other people have come and they're sharing. So, but combinedly, if you see milk products, they are doing very well. So how to do KCC, I am not the specialist for that, but other farmers and the milk production in our Rift Valley, in our Uasin Gishu, in our North Rift has doing very well. So one thing I'll tell you, what governance is doing, Kenya is Africa, if you go down, Kenya is the showroom.
Okay.
And value addition, let me tell you, we have great brands, Kenyan brands. What we are going for with this governance, we are going for value addition. Value addition, we have gold, we have diamond, but we don't have the refinery. We don't have a jewelry.
Kenya has diamonds.
No, I'm talking about Africa.
Okay, Africa. Okay.
I'm coming there, madam. Now, 65% of gold is from Africa, resources. Why Singapore and England, London, is determining the price through exchange, gold exchange. Our leadership, our president is also thinking how to make Kenya to be one of the exchange for gold for whole Africa. So let us go that way, and then we can make value addition here in Kenya. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to say. So Singapore and London has no gold mine, not even one, but they are determining our pricing, and we have the mining. Am I correct? So in Africa, I'm talking about Africa. So, however, Rome was not built in a day, and it was built. But nobody, when was building, nobody was politicizing Rome or the building.
But they did.
They did.
That's why they came up with the adage that Rome was not built in a day. Because while it was being built, there were very many people who were insisting at that time that it would be done right. That's the reason why that famous proverb came up to be. But we're not discussing proverbs here. Let me ask you really quickly. Do you intend to come back into leadership, or do you intend to ask the people of Kenya
by
to
the
give
grace
you
of
an opportunity?
By the grace of God and people's blessings. If the people want, then we'll be there.
Okay. And you feel that at this point you actually do believe that you know what the people of Kenya want to take them to the next step?
Let me tell you, when your parents are doing well, the children will be very aggressive and demanding. When parents are not performing, the children never ask you, they will tired. Kenyans are asking, demanding and asking more because our governance and our leadership is performer and giving more and more every day. Let me tell you, Kenya will be gateway of Africa, through East Africa to Central Africa and Southern Africa, through our great vision of our president for our airport and our expansion of our airport, and that will open. Like, look, Dubai has nothing. 20 years back. It has three things: camel, sand, and dates. But just because of vision, they have made the Dubai airport, and then more convention center, more conferences, more hospitality, more hotels, more visitors. And all this, it will happen in Kenya very short time.
But I tell you as well, one would say, even while at that then, even as we build all these airports and everything, we have to do it the right way, the constitutional way, free of corruption and graft. Would you agree? Yes.
Dennis, can I ask you about corruption?
Yeah. We don't have too long. We have a few seconds to go on this.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Corruption. People are talking corruption. But have they seen it? Have they proven it?
There is evidence to it.
Lord Jesus was accused.
If procurement laws are not respected, are not followed, that right there is a red flag. And even if you expand an airport, but it was done illegally, it's still an injustice to the people of Kenya.
We have to go. For us to have that corruption conversation about whether we can prove it or not will take us into a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for joining us this morning. He's the former member of Parliament for Kasese constituency, Kiprop Mishra Arab Chelule. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Asante.
Is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.